If you return at an early hour from any place of amusement, invite your escort into the house upon your arrival there and lay aside your bonnet and shawl. If you keep them on, he will conclude that you expect him to shorten his visit. This is the Vocal Velvet audio series, and the house rules are quite simple. Before we read and before we listen, we dance. We dance, darling. So, shall we? Welcome back to Vocal Velvet Volume 2, where we will explore the social cues of the 1800s and then find a matching vibe in modern song lyrics. Okay, we talked about the boys in our last episode, how they move, and how signals are shown and thrown. Today's episode will explore a lady's places of amusement in the 1800s and how they moved in those spaces.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Could you please cue the music? Thank you so much. If the evening is cloudy or it rains, your escort will probably bring a carriage. How to get in is difficult, but of less importance than getting out. Because if you stumble in, no one sees you, but some who may happen to be in the carriage. But how to get out is so important. The opera. Here you should wear full dress, an opera cloak, and either a headdress or dressy bonnet of some thin material. Your gloves must be that of kid white, or some very light tint to suit your dress. Lectures. The dress, bonnet, and cloak worn in the street should be worn in a lecture room, as these are by no means occasions for full dress. Concerts. Here, as at the opera, you may wear a bonnet or not, as you will. Go early to the hall, unless you have secured a seat, and then be in time for the first song. If at the theater, opera, or in a concert room you see an acquaintance, you are not expected to recognize her unless near enough to speak. A lady must not bow to anyone, even her own sister, across a theater or concert room. So here's what I got. At this point, most of us may have had strong emotional feelings for someone, but we kept it to ourselves for a number of reasons. This particular person moved us in a very, very strong and beautiful way. But we waited until the time was right. When that person would enter the room or the space that we were in, yeah, pretty powerful, huh? When you really connect with someone on that level, it's a powerful thing. It's also a very scary thing. It's an unsettling thing, but underneath it all, it's kind of nice. Or kind of scary, depending on where you are. So I thought, and I found it. That Girl by Stevie Wonder puts it in a nutshell. And the song goes, that girl knows every single man would ask her for her hand, but she says her love is much too deep for them to understand. She says her love has been crying out, but her lover hasn't heard. But what she doesn't realize is, I've listened to every word. It's one of those things where the person who would be perfect for the object of your affection is you. You gotta love it. And that, my dear listeners, brings us to the end of today's story. See you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by. Find us wherever podcasts are found, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Until the next time, safe travels and be well.